Hello and welcome back to my eBay room here at my house. Just got some things to go over here again. We always go over kind of what sold item, and then we have a topic of today. I think we got a pretty interesting topic. Many times I've preached to you before. Don't spend too much on your sourcing, and by sourcing, that means what you pay for the individual item. Um, but that's not always true either. Sometimes you've got to really step up to the plate to make money. You know, the worst investments are the investments you don't ever make. So sometimes you gotta put a little risk out there. Make sure when you do the risk though, it's based on some good facts. Make sure it's based on you pick an item that checks many categories. And like I said, I'm gonna go further into that here in just a minute because I did take a risk on something. I mean, it was a good item. Don't get me wrong. I didn't just blindly go into it, and it would have been something even if I would have had a couple minutes to look it up on eBay. I wouldn't have been able to find one exactly like it. But like I said, I did pay up for something finally. In my book, I paid up. Some people still probably think I didn't pay up, but in my book, I paid up, and we'll find out if it paid off for me or not. But first of all, let's go into what sold, and there's actually there's a subsection here too. Um, Sometimes you'll get a list of people. Oh, these are the bolo items, and the bolo list, and buy these clothes and avoid these clothes. And honestly, almost any brand name can sell. Um, I've even sold Morona, which is the usually the Target brand before. But it's because I did pick it up cheap that I was able to sell it and make money. A couple weeks ago, I sold a Morona 2XL polo. It was brand new with tags. I think they were sold for $22 at Target was the retail price. But I was able to pick it up. Goodwill on Sundays in our area has a thing where if they've had an item for 5 or 6 weeks, you can get it for $1. So I picked it up for $1 and I sold it, and I had it for $16.99 free shipping. So generally, I go through the math, but generally you make 7, 8 bucks on something like that. So I like picking up dollar stuff. I go there often. So I'm gonna show you some what sold that's not big names, and then I'll show you a couple big names that did sell, and then we'll get to the risk I took and did it pay off. All right. So first of all, we're gonna pick up a name brand here that probably everybody's got one in their closet, and it's Saddlebred. Now, this is 2XLT, short sleeve. Picked it up for $1. Sold for $16.77, free shipping. So, like I said, it's about $8 I make on this. Time I pay fees, time I pay shipping, that type of thing. Reason why it's sold, most likely, is the tall. The 2XLT, it's got a nice big, but it's also tall. I try as much as possible to pick up items for bigger folks. And I also try to pick up things for tall because a lot of that is missed. You go to your regular retail stores, and maybe they got one or two or something like that, but they don't address that. So every time I'm in a Goodwill or thrift store or Salvation Army, I always look for the tall stuff. The 2XLT. And actually, another thing, and it's I'm big. There is a such thing as a medium tall size. And if I can see those, I generally pick those up because there's not a lot of those around. The medium tall sells too. So, but like I said, Saddlebred, it sold. I didn't have it very long, maybe a couple months or so. So, that's not bad considering the name brand. But I will show you something now that's a pretty good name brand. Something you can look for because these sold within like a day or two. And I got a good deal on them too. And they're shorts. Shorts still sold. Matter of fact, crazy thing, I sold 3 pair of shorts in one day. But these are Peter Millar. They're the the Crown Sport. They're just beige. They're just a little black front. nice, clean. Picked these up for $2. I never sold Peter Millar shorts. I've sold the polos and stuff, and all those generally sell well. The summer comfort polos, they sell well, so I've always grabbed them if they're the right price. And but I seen these Peter Millar, they was $2, so I grabbed them. And yeah, they sold quick, like $28.77 free shipping. They're very lightweight, so I'm gonna get close to $20, somewhere in the $15 to $20 profit on these. And these sold within a couple of days, so I'll definitely be looking more often for the Peter Millar. And the thing is, okay, with shorts, for me sourcing shorts, I find that there's a bunch of shorts around the November, December area. People donate their shorts at that time. So I'm always sourcing. I source out of season. It's going to come to the end now of me being able to source like jackets and hoodies and stuff. It's just going to end. I won't be able to find much. As it gets this time of year and winter, I don't find jackets and hoodies and stuff. Might still be lucky at a yard sale now for the next little bit, and that's where I'll probably be getting them. But as far as thrift stores and stuff, it probably won't happen. But I want to go back to another, this is kind of a, run-of-the-mill name. Most people would know. This is Chaps. And this is a jacket. It's a windbreaker type jacket. It's not very heavy. It will have to ship priority, though, because it's just, and you're going to find out, you may have already seen it, but it is a 3XLT. Once again, it's a big size. It's a tall size. So that's why I picked it up. I paid about $2. If this was an extra large, I probably would have picked it up unless it was like 50 cents. But it was a couple bucks, and it was 3XLT. So I thought it would move, and yeah, I think I had it maybe a month or so. But I knew with it coming up fall and stuff, jackets like these sell really well in the fall, and they sell really well in the spring. Not so well in the winter or summer. And I know we're at the tail end of the summer at this point, but people are starting to think about fall already. It's a little bit cool at nights, and people are starting to think about fall. But I wanted to address now another good name. Definitely a name you should look for. And I got really fortunate with these. Kohl. Kuhl. Kohl brand. And now, these were brand new with tags. They're pants. They're called, what do they call these things? They call them Renegade Rock. The technical performance from Kohl brand. But it's an odd size. I knew I did have to pay up for this. This is something I paid up, but I knew it was a good name brand. I knew it would sell. This is not the topic of the subject. This is not the item that was the topic of the subject. But I paid $7 for these brand new. I don't think it had a retail. Generally, this stuff sells for about $80 retail, and that's kind of what it sells for out in the stores. You don't really get, this ain't something you'll find half price or, and I found this at a thrift store, and I paid $7, and I got $54 free shipping. Now, this will have to also go priority, so you're looking at me paying another $8 and shipping and stuff. Probably, $30, $35 profit, but yeah, anytime it's cool, new with tags, that type of thing. Actually, I just seen inside, I see what somebody paid. They had it regularly $95, they paid $47.50. But we'll go ahead and tear that tag off. That doesn't need to go to the shipped, because that's not part of anything that was pictured, so we'll just get rid of that. But generally, like I said, these are about $80, but the size, I'd say the store, wherever these were, the store might have had a hard time getting rid of them at 30 by 34. That's a tall, slender fella. Another name that's kind of common. I'll tell you what helps sell this. This is Columbia 2XL. And you might say, well, I've got that in my closet. You probably do. But now here's what helped this sell. It has a lot of the Hawaiian theme going on. See the palm trees and the fish and all? I think I picked this up for $2. And it's sold for $17.77 free shipping. It's lightweight and stuff. This won't cost me a lot. I probably am making about $10 on this. So, we'll get to the topic, like I said, about paying up for an item. I was at a yard sale the other week and found a little Zippo lighter. And asked the guy, I said, what do you want for your Zippo lighters? And he said $10. Now, even for a Zippo lighter at a yard sale, $10 is pretty stout. The yard sale I was at was in a little community, and pretty much everything was a little bit on the pricey side. So I started looking at it, and I noticed it was solid brass. So there's something that's a check. A lot of Zippos aren't solid brass. And I started looking at it. It has a little, I don't know if you can tell, but it has the ship, the USS South Carolina. And it's got that all embroidered and all that. And I started looking at it. Of course, it's made in the USA. And then I noticed it's got a 1932 to 1991. Now, I mean, I tried it out and it didn't, it needs, I think it needs lighter fluid. It halfway fires. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of halfway fires. But that's because it doesn't have lighter fluid. So I'm pretty sure it does work. So, like I said, he wanted $10 for this. And he had about 4 or 5, but none of the rest of them looked that good, except he had a Rolex lighter. Now, I picked that up also. I paid him $10 for that. Never had a Rolex item in the store. Just kind of have something Rolex was kind of fun. I thought that'd be fun to pick up in the store. So I paid $20 for that. I did pick up a couple DVDs. Those are for something for me to watch at some point. And, but I was like, I looked at it. So I got done, and after I even got home, I mean, I couldn't find nothing like it on eBay. And I found some similar stuff, but not exactly like this, not this ship. And sometimes with something, it's about a variation. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I went through the what sold. I went through what was listed, and it was nothing like this. So, I seen variations. Now, I seen different ships. Some of them went only like $30 plus shipping, and some of them went like all the way to 100 and something plus shipping. So whenever I do that, and I don't really have a good feeling about it, I put it up for auction. And with me being a $10 item, that for me is a little bit something I don't normally do. And that's out of my comfort zone. And sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. But anyway, I put it up for 10. I listed it on a Saturday night, listed it last Saturday night. And it wasn't up like a minute or two, literally up. And I got a message because I was working downstairs in my garage on some stuff. I got a message and it said, would you do 30 right now? And I was like, nah, I got to, my mind, I've got to make more than that. Because, the 10 and the fees and all that. And I don't know if he's willing to pay shipping or not. I didn't go into that. But, I mean, no matter what, I just didn't see enough profit for what I was putting out. And I told him no. I said, I can't do 10. So I just let the auction run. Now, it wasn't very long. Now, what I did, I went ahead and set it at $13.99 plus shipping. Reason why I put it at $13.99 plus shipping. I never do free shipping on auctions. I never do it. I think it's a bad practice. Highly advise against it. But anyway, it started out, and it didn't take very long to get a bid at $13.99 plus shipping. And that's pretty much just getting my money back and taking care of the fees. And I probably would have been still, if it closed at $13.99 plus shipping, I probably still would have been lost. But, and I'll tell you, a lot of the week, it didn't go up crazy. I had a lot of watchers. I had a lot of views and all that, and all that. And that kind of gave me hope that eventually it would get a little bit better. But as we entered Saturday morning, it was at $20.50 plus shipping. And, I was wanting more. And it finally started picking up through the day. Finally, a couple hours, about 4 hours before, we were in the $40 range plus shipping. 3 hours into it was $50 plus shipping. And then 2 hours, I think it hit around $60 plus shipping. And then it kind of went quiet for a little bit. Now, $60 plus shipping, I'm happy. Trust me, I want to make profit, but I'm not super greedy. I just, but anyway, we got down to the final minutes and we had a couple, back and forth, and it went to 72 and something else. But anyway, final price, $89 plus shipping. So for that, I'm thrilled. That was definitely worth it. I paid up and it paid off. And sometimes you got to it and sometimes you don't. But you got to make sure it checks boxes. And this thing checked boxes for multiple reasons. A, Zippo. Second of all, it was solid brass. These aren't mainly solid brass. I mean, there's some, of course. It had kind of an anniversary thing, 32 to 1991, kind of an anniversary thing. It had a the ship thing done on it. The USS South Carolina. You got people that just collect military type stuff. So it had multiple things going for it. So just don't, next time you're out, go, oh, there's a Zippo lighter. What do they want for it? Oh, yeah, he got $89. No, this is, and I didn't know it was going to be, that. But I did have a really good feeling about it when I picked it up. I knew it was solid. I really did have a good feeling about it. Just didn't know if it was going to be $89 feeling. But I mean, that's what it is. And sometimes you risk and it doesn't pay off. But I advise always to not try to pay as much. But that guy is going to be 10, and I kind of had a feeling from him he wouldn't cut me much. I thought when I walked away, I almost thought when I picked up in the Rolex, and I should have said, "Will you do 2 for 15?" I should have. And even then, part of me thought maybe I should picked up those other Zippos, but they didn't really have much going on for them. They were Zippos, and that was pretty much it. And they didn't have anything going for them, so that's why I left those. But like I said, and I don't have a lot of Zippo knowledge. This is the second Zippo that I have ever sold on eBay. The other Zippo I found, I paid $2 for it. It was in a box of stuff. It was a regular Zippo as far as looks, but it had something from Korea and stuff, had a little map, and apparently it had been given to a sergeant or something as a token of him being over there in Korea, but it had like a little Korean. And I will tell you that. Paid $2 and I made money. I think I got only like 25 or 26 plus shipping. And I'll tell you, I was kind of a little let down with that. I thought maybe it'd bring 40 or $50 plus shipping, and it didn't bring it. So I'm gonna tell you, sometimes with the auctions, it's a roll of the dice. Don't just think because I did well in this auction that I'll just put everything up for auction, and he got this, so I'll get that. It don't always work like that. I mean, it is a risk. It's fun when it's rewarding, and the guy's already paid for this, so it's a done deal, and it'll ship out Monday morning. So, like I say, I paid up, and this time it paid off. Doesn't always work like that, but I just wanted to pass that along to you. Also, I wanted to pass along to you that some shirts, even though they're not big name, sometimes can sell. Just means they got to be on the bigger side and the tall side. They got to be a little odd. Sometimes they'll even sell if they've got, weird designs and stuff. They can be Chaps or Saddlebred or Columbia, but if they've got a neat design or something going with it, then you can do it. But now if it's just standard, good luck. And even like last week I sold a Chaps that was pink blue stripe, just a size large. It's sold. Now I didn't make a lot on it. It was $16.44 free shipping, and it was a $1 shirt I picked up. So back to we're back to that $7, $8. But the way I process clothing, some people will tell you clothing takes a long time. I really don't find that. I can go through 5 or 6 shirts and have all the pictures taken and size measured and everything in about 25, 30 minutes, another 20 minutes listed. And I'll tell you how I list stuff. I'll put a movie on or a show on, and I'll just list them while I'm watching something. I can put a YouTube video on. Maybe I'm watching another reseller, and I'll just put it on and I can list. And, I do it on my phone. I'm not one of these, some people do with the standard laptop, but I just do it on my phone. I'm comfortable with that. It doesn't mean that you have to do it on your phone. Maybe you'll find it easier on a laptop. It's whatever you do. Like I said, I said it other times. You do your business as you think best, and everybody. I'll tell you, anybody acts like they're in some trial and error, and you make mistakes, and they're just not giving you the full sale. I make mistakes. make mistakes all the time, and some things are just weird. Sometimes it takes a lot longer than you think to sell something. And then something else, I mean, I've never sold 3 pair of shorts in a day in August. Usually shorts sell really well in April and May, but I sold 3 pair in August. So, you just can't always predict it. You kind of go by the guidelines, and if you think that's a good item, then you just buy it and you list it. And when it happens, and you just, got to go with the flow sometimes. Don't let it frustrate you that you have a bad day. I mean, I can show you my sales, and there's days still I only have a $20 day. And then as I'm filming this on a Sunday night, I'm looking at $260 in sales today, and I've got, right now as of Sunday night, I got 18 items to go out for Monday morning. And I haven't told you about, I kind of explained, you see my what sold. Now, that ain't my what sold for the week. This is just Sunday night that I'll be shipping out on the weekend for Monday. I generally sell 3 to 5 items a day, Monday through Friday. And, that's what I ship out, 3 to 5. Now, some days it's 2. And some days it's 7 or 8, Sometimes during the week it's weird. Wednesday you can have a $200 day, and then Thursday you can have a $20 day. I still have $20 days. They happen every once in a while. Not often, but they happen. You have to go with the flow. That's why some, people I hear sometimes go full time real quick. 6 months, a year into this, go full time. I don't know how they do it. If you have a job that you don't like, and you've got a risk, and you've got a spouse or partner that has a full-time job that brings in decent money and has health care, then you could roll the dice and go with it. But I can't roll the dice and go with it. That's just not me. Like I say, every situation is different. Well, I've rambled enough for this week. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I always say, like, subscribe, comment. Like I say, if there's a subject you want to talk about, hey, I'll talk about it. Like I say, I always sell different stuff. It's not just all clothing. I sell lighters. I've sold, let's see what else. I got a pair of shoes this week. I sold a pair of Morels sold. I paid $5 for them. They were almost new in the box. I got like 26 plus shipping on those. I sell all kinds of different stuff. I generally try to stay on the smaller side with stuff because I just, I find it easier to deal with and stuff, storage space and all that. But hey, if you want to deal with bigger items, go at it. I'm not going to put you down because you decide to go with a big item. There's good money in bigger items. About the biggest thing I deal with is probably a VCR or something like that. So, but anyway, thanks for tuning in this week. Have a good week. Bye-bye.